Love them or hate them, cats are the most popular influencers on the internet. And today's stories are just as weird and entertaining as our feline companions.
Welcome to the Not So Scary Podcast, where we discuss tales, creatures, and legends that did not keep us up at night.
Hello, everyone. I am one of your hosts, Trix.
And I'm the cat hater, Chris. I don't hate cats.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I love cats. Not all cats.
Right. We'll get into that. I'm really excited for today's stories. So tell me, cat hater Chris, have you heard of any cat folklore growing up?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I haven't either.
Like the Egyptians, that'll be it.
Right, but they love cats and they're like gods and stuff. Yeah, those are really awesome stories. But I hadn't either in like a horror cat folklore.
Oh, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
But Salem is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't heard of any folklore, the scary folklore involving cats, other than the usual, like black cats are bad luck and like a witch's pet. And I just want to set the record straight. As someone who has a black cat, who is my biological child, I can safely say that it is all true. Like, I am a witch now because of him.
To say oh, yeah, crazy. Sounds like a witch thing.
Yeah, I am a witch now. And all we do is spend our time thinking of new ways.
Yeah.
He was my son. Yeah.
And then he just gave you too much lip and you were like, you're a fucking cat. You're a cat for 200 years and you could come back to being normal. Crazy.
Yeah. And we just spend our days just, thinking of ways to terrorize everyone around us. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's our life. It's the life that chose me. He is a bully though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Every time I go over, he does some shit.
I know, but he's the sweetest thing with us.
Oh, no.
Everyone's like scared of him because he's a big panther. He's a big panther.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
But he doesn't like humans, but he likes other cats. And, I cannot blame him for that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's absolutely on point. Cats are all over the map, but unlike dogs, they set boundaries, which is probably why people don't really like them or they've been misunderstood for a long time.
Cats are amazing, actually, Sometimes when he doesn't let me touch him, I'm like, it's okay, I understand. You just cry.
I've been scratched and bleed, and I'm like,
it makes he loves me.
Yeah, that's how he shows his love. It's just very abusive. like I've mentioned before, if a demon cat rolls up to my house, I am still giving it food and water and getting it a cat tower and taking it to the vet. Yeah, I do have 3 demon cats.
Crazy.
I do have 3 of those already. But I'm saying if there's one with like glowing red eyes and whatever, it still has a bed at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'll take it to the vet and get it vaccinated, Just
eat the vet.
Yeah.
Murdered his vet.
So when I found this one called Shunuchti, I was so happy. It was such a happy accident that I came across the story. And then that led me to even more cat lore that I thought was really cool. So there are many, many, many stories, but I will walk you through the few that I truly enjoyed and I think are great and are supposed to be horrific, but really they're not that crazy.
Badass.
Yeah.
It's just cats being badass.
It's just, that's the thing about these stories is it truly is still cats being cats.
You're like so in denial. It's crazy to me. These cats just kill people and they murder them, but it's because it's a good reason. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
They are good reasons, actually.
All right. Let me hear them. Convince me otherwise. You're not possessed by your cats.
I know, they're standing right next to me,
with the gun in their hand.
They don't need guns. They have their
claws.
sharp claws. Yeah,
Honestly,
ready to go. Yeah. we cut their claws and we file them too. So surface level characteristics of most of these cat stories are that it's obviously a black cat because no other color. Although I would argue ginger cats are fucking crazy.
The orange ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Terrible.
Fucking insane.
Yes, they are. I love them. Garfield.
Yeah.
Garfield, you want to join the podcast?
And then my white cat was about to be euthanized because he's insane. So I would argue black cats are not that crazy and we should start focusing our attention on other colored cats.
Spread the hate.
Spread the hate.
Spread the hate. The cat hate.
Another thing that they have in common is that all of them seem to have access to the spirit world, which I find funny because not only do they fuck with us here in the living world, but then when we pass on, they're still gonna fuck with us.
That sounds like such a cat thing.
It's a cat thing, yeah, truly.
Assholes.
They are true to being themselves, and we have to give them that.
Crazy.
They live their life authentically.
Yeah, crazy.
And that's amazing.
Look how many guns she has like towards her head right now. They live authentically.
Claws.
Claws.
The claws are on my neck. So we're going to explore some stories from all around the world. And you'll see how different they are from the dog folklore that we've done in the past. And that also reminded me of the ending of the Cats movie.
Oh, stop.
where old Deuteronomy looks at the camera and she's like, a cat is not a dog. Do you remember that part?
I blocked out so much of that movie. It's just, I'm so sorry. I remember watching it and I was just like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, don't ever watch it sober.
I kind of want to watch it again though.
So the first story for today will be from Mexico.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Once upon a great time to find out that your life is not what it seems, in Soteapan, Mexico, there were 3 hunters. As they did, they got together to go hunt for their food for their families. On their way there, they were just chismoseando, as one does with friends, just spreading gossip and bonding, and they were happy. For one reason or another, when they got to their designated place to hunt and they posted up waiting, one of them randomly decided to share that he specifically told his wife that she better not be cheating on him. Otherwise, the Shunuchti would come after him. The 3 men, were probably confused as to why he decided to share that, but they all nodded. They all just patted him on the back and hoped that his wife was not cheating on him. They waited for a while and it was close to midnight. So at this point, they were really tired. And finally, the defenseless animal came along and they killed it, chopped it up to pieces, and they spread their portions amongst themselves. And then they went back home on top of their horses. Suddenly, a Shunuchti appeared before them. And it's a cat that looks normal at first, but in a blink of an eye, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger until it's like a huge, scary cat. The hunters started to throw their dead animal parts to try and distract the Shunuchti, but it didn't work. The Shunuchti had its eyes laser focused on the one hunter who told his wife not to cheat on him. The beast finally caught up to the hunter, and in one big bite, it ate him whole. The other 2, I imagine, were like, well, good thing my wife is not cheating on me. But then the Shunuchti turned its attention to one other hunter and ate him too. So the sole survivor went home and was probably so happy that his wife was not cheating on him. And I'm sure he had the best tea for the entire rest of the town about the other two and why they were eaten.
This cat works for women. That's what you're telling me this whole time. No wonder you love him. Oh my God, this cat's the best cat.
Laughing. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
But like, I imagine, like, this is what I was like, wait, what? I imagine the hunter telling his wife, like, hey, don't cheat on me because I'll be in danger.
Yeah.
But then she heard him wrong. And it was like, oh, I have to cheat on him, otherwise he'll be in danger. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, like I was, like you were telling me, and I was like, unless she like hates him, she's like, oh, I'm gonna go cheat on you real quick. The cat goes and out. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, like if he is an absolute asshole and like an abuser or something, like, okay. But like, it's just so weird. That's like,
yeah, it's like
he goes after the people that are cheated on.
Yeah, like, oh my God, dude. That's such a shitty thing.
It's a really shitty thing. So that was a fun one. I thought that.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Our next story is from Scottish and Irish lore.
Oh, okay.
So this one's less of a story and more of like the legend itself that I found fascinating. So this one is called the Cat Sith, which I don't know if you've played Final Fantasy VII.
No.
Okay, that's one of like my all-time favorite games, and there's a character named Cait Sith in there, and he's like a little cat riding on this big thing. Anyway, I never made that connection, so I was really excited when I saw this thing.
Sith, like an ISSITH?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars, like the Sith.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, come on. That's the first thing that came to my head. You were like, Final Fantasy, like, wow, where are you?
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is superior to Star Wars, just first of all.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, well, that's the end of today's episode. That's insane. I mean,
so that's probably where George Lucas got that name from.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Final Fantasy came out in 1990 something.
The Cat Sith, in some versions, it's said to be a fairy in cat form. But when humans see it, it walks on all fours like a regular cat. And then when humans turn their attention elsewhere, it walks in its hind legs. And so that's how you know it's a Cat Sith. Although I don't would you be looking at it from like a mirror? Like, I don't know how you would know that if you turn away.
Yeah, like, does he know that people are watching at all times? Or
yeah. So that needs a little tweaking. And because of this, there are versions that believe that it's a witch in cat form. And the said witch could turn into this form 9 times. And then after the 9th time, the witch will forever hold this form. And I'm not sure if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Like, I don't know. But just after 9 time, like, that's it. Like, this witch is a cat forever. So this is where this legend is just the most absolute cat thing in the world. So the Cat Sith waits around burials to steal the soul of the person who just passed away before they could reach the afterlife. So this poor soul just died, and they're probably confused, and they're like, oh, I guess I need to go on my journey to the afterworld. And then this cat shows up, and it's like, what journey? Like, so the soul can never rest in peace, I guess. So in order to prevent that from happening to the loved one who just passed away, they created this wake of like a pre-burial ritual. I'm gonna mispronounce the shit out of this, but it's Fail Fadalach. Maybe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it.
You're asking the wrong guy. Yeah.
But that is their wake. So what you have to do is you have to play games, you wrestle, you play music, you dance, you tell riddles, and all of this is to distract the Cat Sith from stealing the soul of your loved one. And that, my friends, is the definition of having a cat. You just have to distract it at all times. Like it bites you, distract it with a toy. It scratches you, distract it with catnip on a scratcher. Like it's always distract.
You
Like
sold me
that's
on
it.
getting a cat already. Crazy. You sold me 20. Wow. I want one so bad. Crazy.
But I
Please
just thought that
stop.
was so funny. I'm like, even after I'm dead,
You're
my
fucked.
cats are still gonna be there.
Like,
Thinking
feed
of
me, dude.
ways. Yeah. Yep, legit. They're like, where's my treat?
Come on.
Where's my
That's
dinner?
insane.
What's going on?
And I bet you that's the only way the only reason they do it too, just to get back at you. just like the only reason is just like, hey dude, I'm hungry. They don't care if you're dead or
They're
anything.
just asking
like,
the soul. They're like, dude, where's my food?
what the fuck, dude? Just
But I want to talk about this for a bit because I'm not sure where if they steal the soul, like where do they take the soul?
uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like I couldn't find anywhere that told me anything bad happened to the soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if they make the journey to afterlife much better? Like we don't know that.
Yeah, we got a hunch that that's not gonna.
No, we don't know that.
Yeah, well, cats. No. Yeah,
But-
like so you die and then you got to watch out for the cat. But then everybody's like celebrating to get like the cat distracted. So I'm guessing it's a
Yeah,
bad
the cat's
thing.
distracted, and then you have like a certain amount of time to just book it to the afterlife.
But they're
It's like,
But the witches, they're witches.
Yeah, in some versions they are. In some versions they're fairies, which I don't know what fairies actually are.
True. What you think is like the witch is trying to capture the soul just to become a witch again, like their witch form, not the cat
Oh,
form.
see, that's a good reason
You know.
to go after souls. Yeah, like they ran out of the 9 times, and they're like, if I steal a soul, I could go back to my human form.
Yeah. Like
That
one
would
last
make
time.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that would be a little scary. But in any version that I found, there is no explanation of like what happens to the soul. Like, yeah, I feel like this is the wake that I'm going to need when I die. And even then, I feel like I'm still going to get distracted with the cat.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, get away from. We're gonna be celebrating, trying to get you away from the cat, and you're like, oh, but there's a cat over there.
There's a cat.
No,
It needs
dude.
treats.
No, trying to get you away from the cat.
And one last thing I'd like to share about the cat Sith. On Samhain, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is the beginning of winter. I believe it's the 1st of November. You have to leave milk out for it. Otherwise, it will curse you and your cows will dry up and never give you milk again. But if you do leave it milk, you and your family are set. I fucking love this cat. Oh, also, it has a white spot on its belly, which my black cat has a white spot on its belly,
That's wild.
and it's shaped like a heart. And also, my husband's Irish, so I'm not saying we have a cat Sith, but we may have a cat Sith.
I mean, it sounds like it possessed you already. My cat's just the worst, but I love him because he's the worst. Like, he does whatever he wants to do, and he never
That
listens to
is
me. But I
every
love him.
cat. Oh my god, I know.
Stop selling me on getting the cat. I get it.
So, from what I found was that this folklore derived from cats sitting on dead people in wakes because cats love to just sit on people or like anywhere where there's like warmth or,
You're
like
dead.
anything that's like stable,
Okay.
that doesn't move. And so that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you've seen that meme that's like like a cat sitting on a skeleton, and it's like me when my cat sits on me and I don't want to
yeah.
disturb it. Yes, it's like, they made me think of that. So this next story is from Japan, supposedly, because I can't read Japanese, so I'm relying on the translated version, which I'm not a huge fan of. So take this with a grain of salt. If it's not Japanese, I'm sorry. I don't know. So there's scary cat creatures called bakeneko. To be a bakeneko, the cat has to be 13 years or older, weigh more than 7 pounds, or have an abnormally long tail. Which 7 pounds to me is like super, super tiny. Once a bakeneko they can transform into anyone they want and take on the appearance of their owners if they want to take over the household. Which to me doesn't make sense, because why would they want to take over the household? That means that they're going to have to go to work. Like, one thing cats are notorious for being is kind of lazy. Like, they just kind of chill all day. They're down to chill. So I cannot imagine a world where they have this ability to become shapeshifters and they're like, I'm going to become the head of the household. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to buy stuff. I'm going to drive.
How do you get managers? As supervisors. They're cats, dude.
Fuck no.
I'm sorry.
Those are different demons. Let's not get that twisted. But some of these Bakeneko could project fireballs, raise the dead, and manipulate the dead and possess humans. So they have a lot going on.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So there was a story that I found. Maybe, again, I'm not entirely sure if it is authentically Japanese. But I thought it was a good story to tell us more about the shape-shifting cat. So once upon 1800s Japan, there was a prince and he had a girlfriend or something, a lady friend named Otoyo. They were walking in their garden one day, enjoying the view and the fresh air, and they didn't notice that in the bushes, walking next to them, was a large cat. That night, Otoyo had a terrible surprise in her bed. The cat straight up murders her and takes her form. So after that happened, every night, this new Otoyo would visit the prince. Even though he had guards, they would all feel this extreme sense of sleepiness. And once she would show up, they would just go to sleep. So with them passed out, she reached the prince and she would suck the blood from the prince. And every day he was weaker and weaker and he didn't know what was happening. So one night a new guard started to work and he realized that his sleepiness wasn't normal. So he stabbed himself with a fucking knife on his leg to stay awake. And that's how he caught this random girl walking in. And when he confronted her, they had this epic, Avengers Endgame type fight. And the cat transformed into its original form and fled the scene when it knew that it wasn't going to win. The prince found out about this and ordered them to go hunt this cat and kill it. And supposedly they did, but I don't believe that part. This is a shape-shifting demon cat. Regular ass cats are hard to get. This shapeshifter, they never caught this one. That's not real. Like the rest of the story.
Yeah, because it's all real.
Because it's all real.
It's all real.
So yeah, that was the one part of the story I found
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's the one part I was like, nah.
But yeah, that was a fun little
The guy was
story.
just dreaming. He was nodding off and just oh, dude.
Yeah, because what guard? Well, actually, back in the day, probably just stabs himself in the fucking leg with a knife just to stay awake.
Yeah, just drink a Red Bull, even if it's back in the day.
Stand up and do jumping jacks. You know what I mean? I feel like there are other ways to do what he did, and he just chose the most dramatic.
I'm sure they had teas back then.
Like Red Bull?
Not a red. Yeah, Monster Red teas. It just kept you up.
Unfortunately, I don't have any real stories about cats and demons. I probably would have if the Shunufti decides to ever go and cross the border to Guatemala. But as of today, I do not. I just have an infinite stories of my lovely cats.
The real ones.
The real ones.
The real demons. Just
The
kidding.
real.
I love you guys before they come after me. I do love them though.
So if we go back to Shunufti, who goes after the people that are cheated on, I would think that this creature puts a lot of pressure on people who are terrible partners. And maybe in our version, if he shows up and you're like, fuck, I'm getting cheated on, maybe you could give it a treat and then it turns onto the other person.
Okay. Or he just lets you know, hey, dude, you're getting cheated on. If you see the cat and you're like, oh, I got to do something about it.
Give him a treat to keep it within the cat spirit, you know?
Well,
You give it a treat and then or maybe you give it a treat and then it tells you who is the one.
yeah.
Yeah.
True. So you'll be like, okay, so you're getting cheated on for sure, my boy. But I'm going to need a little something to tell you who, what, when, and where.
And then I'm going to need a little some extra like catnip for
If
me
you
to
want me
do
to.
something about it.
Yeah. There you go. You know, it needs a little.
Yeah. Because
And
that's
then
a cat. That's 100% a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This does it for the fucking food or the treat. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless this person is like an asshole abuser who deserves to be cheated on,
Then he'll just get ate.
Yeah, he'll just get eaten.
Yeah, he'll get ate. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Get ate. But if you see that cat walking,
Yeah, and you haven't done nothing wrong. Like
And
the
he-
other person's just a dick.
they could get playful.
Yeah, if they show you their belly,
Oh, they sit on your lap.
oh, they sit on your lap, and then you have to give it a treat and say, "All right, keep giving me treats, and I'll give you all the info you need."
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
point it out, and you're going to find out
And
who it
then
is.
catnip is, I will do something about it.
Yeah, you can do something about it, or I could do something about it.
I think that's the modernized version. I don't know if it's scary, but it's definitely
It's
the
scary for you
modernized
if you're
version.
cheating.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're the one doing some bad hood rat shit, you better watch out. That's all I'm saying is cats coming after you. If
Yeah.
you see a fucking milk bowl outside your door, you make sure you better turn around and, I don't know, turn around because you're the one cheating.
Oh, that could be like their warning. It's like they leave like a little, like if you leave like the bowl of milk in front of their house or something, that means it's like, okay, go. Like take care of it.
Like a little hitman.
Yeah, like a little hitman.
I just saw The Godfather too, so it's like perfect. Oh, you come here. I don't know what the cats do, but
That's what an old cat sounds.
yeah, it's like a demon cat would sound like. Oh, you need a job done. Okay, I don't know.
That's the modern day version of the Shinuhti for sure.
It will be a street cat, but a little special, and you'll know. How would he look?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he has to be
I mean,
distinct.
they're all cute. You know what I mean?
Ah, okay.
You can't make them uncute.
Okay.
That's just impossible.
As you look at your cats, you guys are cute, I swear.
With their claws on my neck.
Bald cat. I like those.
The bald cat.
The bald cats.
Those are creepy to me, actually.
I like them.
What are they called? Sphinx? I feel like they need special attention
They
because
do.
they don't have fur.
You need to wipe them all the time and put lotion on them.
Really?
Yeah. Like they're really, really sensitive.
Like as if they aren't already.
Yeah.
Jesus. See, that's probably why I don't gravitate towards those wolves.
Yeah, it is a sphinx.
It is.
Yeah. And it's hairless cats before I get attacked. We're calling them bald cats. They just have a bald spot on it.
I know, that's what I pictured too.
Once you see a bald cat, you better run, dude.
That's the Shinuhti. That's the modern day Shinuhti. They
Yeah.
have like little bald spots.
It's a little tie, like the little fur, little tuxedo. With a little red spot right here is a rose.
Yeah.
Because he's the Godfather.
Yep, and then he talks like that.
Yeah.
I got some information for you.
But I'm gonna need a little something. I already gave you a tip, but who, what, where, and how? Whatever. Yeah.
God, I love our cat. We love our make-believe
bald
demon
cat.
cat.
Demon bald cat with the bald spot, literally.
Well, thank you, Chris, for listening to all my cat stories as a cat lady. As a crazy cat lady.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and thank you, listeners, for listening to our crazy cat stories. Our next episode is going to be in Venezuela.
Oh.
El Silbón. Our music is done by Killer Worms. Our art is done by Squishy Panda and Ghostface Wizard. And for all the nerds, reference links are in the show notes. Thanks so much for listening.